Are you a real estate agent that's curious about the differences between being an individual agent versus being on a team? Well, we're going to talk about the pros, the cons, and what the difference is between being an individual agent versus being on a team. You ready? Let's go. So let's start with an individual agent. What's an individual agent? Well, you are an individual agent. If you're not on a team and you're part of a brokerage, you're still an individual agent. It's up to you to find business. It's up to you to generate business, to prospect, to do all these things as an independent. You are your own business. You're your own boss, which is why a lot of people like getting into real estate. You can dictate your own schedule, do all those sorts of things. Now, you can rely on the company for sometimes, depending on where you're at, like if you're a part of Cameron, you'll get access to some lead opportunities, some open house coverage, and different things that will help you kind of get into production and catapult you to get into business. If you don't have any business that's on the immediate in the immediate future that you're self-generating. As an individual agent, the pros are you get to dictate your own schedule. You get to hold yourself accountable. Those could also be the cons too, right? Let's face it, like some people just aren't built to hold themselves accountable. Some people aren't built for that. So you have to be honest with yourself. And are you that type of person that's self-motivated, self-accountable? If so, then you might be the perfect individual agent. I think what this breaks down to too, and we'll get of course into the other side of it, but you have to know who you are as a person, because I do feel that some people are better off as individual agents. And I think the same goes for the other side of it. Some people are better off as being an agent on a team. Which one is you? So we talked about self-accountability, right? So that's something self-motivated, being able to build your own business and self-generate your own leads. You have to learn how to fish. So you can't just want the fish from the company leads and all that stuff. You have to learn how to fish and want to learn how to fish to build your own business. That's where you're gonna. That's where it's gonna be the most lucrative. You're gonna make the most money generating your own leads rather than getting leads from other people. One of the biggest cons of being an independent agent is the startup time. It can take some time to get the ball rolling. And to be honest, a lot of people just don't have that time, right? If you look at like how long you can go without getting paid, for a lot of people, it's not very long. It could be weeks, it could be months. Whatever that time frame is, you have to know what that is, and you have to get into production, get into business, get paid before that time comes. So as an independent agent, you're responsible of generating your own business. What happens if no one you know is looking to buy or sell real estate? What do you do at that point? You have to beat the bushes and get people to buy or sell real estate, or you don't get paid. So to me, that's the biggest pro on the other side. If you're looking at joining a team, you can get into a team atmosphere where that machine's already rolling, right? It's a train that's already moving on the tracks, and you're jumping on board and you're getting a part of those systems and tools and leads that can help you just get into production quicker. If you are a part of a good team, then that's something that you're jumping on board with, right? The con is that you give up some of your commission by doing that. By joining a team, yes, you'll get into production quicker, but you're also giving up a portion of that production, right? If you're getting leads and getting all these things from the team, then your split's not gonna be the same. For most teams, you're gonna be somewhere between that 50 and 70% range. So you're getting 50 or 70% of the income that you're generating, and then you also have to do the brokerage split. So you're subject to the team split, and then you're also subject to the broker split. So you have to keep that in mind. Another pro about being a part of a team is that you're gonna have materials, right? You don't have to worry about, for the most part, your signage or your marketing materials, your mail outs and things like that. They're usually gonna be team branded, and those are gonna be the responsibility of the team lead to distribute those and be able to generate more leads, and they pick up the cost on that. If you're an independent agent, of course, you'll have to pick up the tab on that. You'll be responsible for your signs, you'll be responsible for your marketing materials. But one of the good things is you'll be able to self-brand. A lot of the times when you're a part of the team, you're branding that team's name. So you're branding that team's name, and if you're an independent agent, you get to brand yourself as the brand and put that at the forefront. You have to ask yourself that question. How important is that to you? Are you okay branding another company out at the forefront of your signage and your business cards and your mailers? Are you okay with that? Some people don't mind. Some people do mind. Some people are like, you know, I want my name at the front. I want my picture. I want my glamour shot out there and all those things. So if that's the case, it might be something to think about or consider. Guys, there's advantages of both of these. So I'm not going to sell one of these over the other. I think it goes back to some of the things I said in the beginning of the video. It depends on who you are as an agent, how you work best. Now, do you work best in an environment where you want someone to lean on, you want to be able to have accountability, and by the way, you can get accountability if you're an independent agent, right? There's all types of accountability partners and programs that you can opt into. So it's not the only way to get accountability, but are you more likely to benefit off of that team setting? And if you're a part of that team setting where you're giving up commission, it should be a two-way street. It shouldn't just work good for you and not the team lead. It should work good for both you guys. So it should be, you should be put in a situation, in an ideal scenario, you join a team and you're gonna do better on that team, even if you're giving up commission, than you would have done on your own. And same goes for the team lead. They're gonna actually benefit from you being on that team. You'll be able to handle some of the leads that they wouldn't have been able to take care of on their own, and they'll be able to make more money because of that as well. So there's all different types of teams out there. If you're interested in a team, you could talk to me, of course, or you really want to talk to the team lead though. You want to talk to the team lead because there's different ways on how teams operate, what they're giving to you, what their expectation is. Some team leads are requiring you to be a full-time agent. Some, it's okay to be a part-time agent. But if your expectation is to do a certain amount of things as an agent on that team, you want to make sure that you're able to fulfill that list of expectations, right? And the same goes for that team lead. If they're bringing on an agent, they're going to want to make sure that you actually fit the criteria. If you're interested in any teams, especially within the Cameron brokerage, hit me up. We have some great teams here. I'll be happy to make that introduction for you. Or if you're just interested in teams in general and want to ask a few questions, I would be happy to respond to them and see what you're working with as far as what's offered for that team, let you know what I've seen from my experience, and maybe weigh that to see if it's actually a good deal for you, if it makes sense. Feel free to hit me up. A team can be looked at sort of as like a brokerage within a brokerage. Now, that's kind of like what it is. That team represents a company, right? And that company has agents, and they could have admins and employees within that team under the brokerage umbrella. There's usually a team agreement that outlines a bunch of responsibilities and expectations that the agent needs to meet, and what is going to be given to them from the team lead. The bottom line is this: you can be successful as an independent agent, and you can also be successful as an agent on a team. Which one's going to be the right one for you? I think this is going back and asking some of those questions we talked about. What type of personality are you? Are you a dominant personality that just can't answer to anyone? Do you want your name at the forefront of all the marketing materials? And do you want to be able to self-generate your own business? Can you self-generate your own business? What does your network look like? Your database? Can you see yourself getting business? Can you add to that pipeline and have consistency in the real estate game? It's going to take time either way, and hopefully this video helped you guys out to distinguish the differences between an independent agent versus being on a team. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.